Hey everybody, it's Dana. Welcome back. I'm playing with this beautiful stencil from Altenew. I wasn't going to videotape it, and then I was like, no, I need to videotape this process. I went ahead and sped up this video just a little bit because I knew it was going to be a little bit long. I'm going to be using this beautiful rose gold glitter embossing paste. It is absolutely beautiful. It's from Bo Bunny. And it is absolutely so pretty. So I went ahead and I mixed it all up because it was a brand new container. And what I like to do is I don't like to take the embossing paste and put it directly onto the stencil. I actually like to put it off and then bring the color down, kind of like drag it into the stencil. I just find it actually allows me to put on an even coverage instead of like plopping it directly onto the stencil. And another reason I do this is because if I have a very intricate stencil or one that is very delicate, I don't like to bring the embossing paste, and that's any embossing paste, even if it's glitter or if it's just regular embossing paste. I just don't like to bring it directly to the stencil. So I'm going to try my very best to put on an even coat, and you can already see how fabulous this glitter paste is. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to now start bringing it up from the bottom. And this stencil is just very pretty. I think this is called the Medallion stencil. And this is a layering stencil from Altenew. You can layer it with another stencil. I think this one is the B stencil. I think it's the A and the B, and I believe this one is the B. I will put all of the products that I use in the description box below with some links, so don't worry about it. I'll make sure you guys have all the information that you need in the links below. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit more on, and I'm making sure to take off any excess, and I'm not going to waste that. Anytime you do this, make sure you put it back in the jar. Just going to scrape that off, just filling in little spots that I still have there. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to make sure I have all my spots covered. Like I said again, this is just absolutely, look how beautiful that stencil is, you guys. So you can watercolor with this stencil. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, ooh, I need to use my glitter paste on this. This is going to look absolutely fabulous. All right, so I'm just going to fill in that little bit of a hole there. And then I am done. So I'm going to go ahead and put that glitter paste to the side. And then this is the magic. This is a part I always love. It's like the reveal. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull that. That is micro pour tape that I use to hold down my stencil. And then I'm going to go ahead and lift up the sides. And I always like to keep the top part glued or taped down rather. So I have like a little bit of a hinge when I lift up my stencil. So I'm going to leave the top one there, and then I'm going to go ahead and lift up my stencil. Look how gorgeous that is. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. Let you see all that pretty. And now I'm going to let that sit to the side and dry. All right, so I went ahead and cut down the panel, and I'm just using a portion that I wanted to use for this card today. So I wanted to pair this with this pretty rose gold paper pad from Die Cuts with a View. I picked this up a couple of weeks ago because I really love the colors in this, and I thought it would be very pretty to use with this card panel today. So I'm going to pull out this pretty rose gold color, and this has a little bit of a texture to it, so I think it will really look pretty with all this glitter. So I'm going to grab in my cutter here, and I'm just going to cut this down a little bit smaller than the A2 card size, because you guys know me, I like to have a little bit of a border around any panels that I put down to my cards. And you guys know I usually use white card panels or white card bases anyway. So I think that looks really pretty together. And this, like I said, it has a little bit of a texture, so it's not going to compete with all that glitter, but it's going to give it a really cute little backdrop. All right, so now what I'm going to do is grab my ATG gun, and we're going to go ahead and put this card together. Now, since this paper has a little bit of texture to it, I'm going to add just a tad bit more adhesive than I normally would, just to make sure that I get good adhesive to my card base. So I'm just going to clean up a little bit of that adhesive that's left hanging out on the side. And I'm going to go ahead and put this down on my white card base. I think this color is just absolutely stunning. I'm in love with this paper pad. All right, so now I need to put down a sentiment. I want it to kind of go across the middle. Now I die cut out this beautiful hello sentiment. And this hello sentiment is from Pink and Main. But I need to go ahead and put down some vellum because the hello was getting a little bit lost in the design. So I just want to give it someplace else to land instead of just directly onto the card panel. And that vellum just kind of gives me a little bit of a blur between all that glitter and the sentiment itself. All right, so you'll see when I put that on there, you can now actually see the hello compared to if I just put it down on all that glitter. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab in my ATG gun again, and now we can finally put this panel on top of our card. So I'm going to add a little bit of extra adhesive on this as well because it kind of bowed from it drying with the embossing paste on it. I'm going to go ahead and press that down. Oh, I think that looks absolutely beautiful. And now to add in my sentiment, I'm just going to grab my Ranger Multi-Matte Medium and a precision tip. And we can go ahead and get this sentiment on here. Oh, just on the sentiment, I went ahead and double die cut this out twice. And I stacked it on top of each other so it gave it a little bit of a thickness to it. All right, now I can go ahead and get my tweezers and I can go ahead and place that down on the vellum. And the vellum really allows the sentiment to kind of stand up off of that design without adding any more extra color or anything to the card. All right, I'm going to go ahead and press that in, and that is done. That wraps up the card for today. I hope you guys like this quick tutorial, and give me a thumbs up if you like it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a fabulous day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.